Yeah, it turns out if you play the deck the way that it was intended to be played, it works a lot better than if you just rush the villain. Felt like that was a D20 move of me to just ignore the whole strategy that was built into the deck and then rush the villain. Uh, yeah, that was fun. I don't know. I think I don't have the energy to play a third game, but I can just hang out with chat. What do we want to look at? That's why you like Villain Theory's Hulkmania deck? It's literally play the cards in front of me. Yeah. I should have played it better the first time I played it. I just wasn't it was only like my third game of War Machine and I was just like messing around with his cards because it was like shiny objects pretty much. But yeah. Wait, the internet stream is not that's not correct. Okay. Should be able to do some sort of internet thing here. Maybe we can find something interesting to look at. Okay. I guess starting here would be a good place. An internet thing? How specific? Yeah. I just felt like I could pull up something that everyone would actually be interested in. Starting with I guess I can just scroll through here. My Star-Lord deck's doing okay. No one's commented. But yeah, I love this deck. This is the one that I beat Ronin and Venom Goblin with on the channel. It just is very powerful. Yeah, and Hella definitely disrespected Rush War Machine with no thwart. That was brutal. I bet with an aggression deck though that War Machine actually maybe could rush that. Like a chase them down aggression deck with like Psylocke or like any allies that thwart high in aggression or maybe just basic allies. That could be really fun. Yeah, also I want to look up Quicksilver's stuff cuz I want to see if I'm like underrating his fun level or not. You need to hard focus on Star-Lord like I did Hulk and get my head to click with him more. But Hulk really has broken you for most other heroes. Yeah, Star-Lord and Hulk are very very opposite mindsets. Well, I mean, that's an interesting thing though cuz most people I think they play Hulk I think people play Star-Lord like they play Hulk. And that's I think that's part of the problem is because if you just play Star-Lord and deal yourself a bunch of encounter cards, you're going to get wrecked pretty much. Like if you don't do it at the right time. With Quicksilver, okay, so after you use one of his basic powers, ready him, limit once per phase. I mean, that's interesting. Um, but and then Wanda, when you use one of Scarlet Witch's basic powers, just go to the top card of the encounter deck for each boost icon. Scarlet Witch gets +1 to that power for this use. That's interesting that Wanda is just doing her own thing and isn't like related to Quicksilver in any way. And then 4 copies of just readying. Quicksilver is fun as long as he gets upgrades/engine going. Without it, he becomes kind of dull/frustrating. My experience with him was I played him like 3 times in a row, the very first time I played him, I was like, wow, this is the most fun thing. And then the next time I played him, it was like the novelty of it wore off a bit. And then the third time I played him, I was like, well, he's not actually that strong either. It's like I was like sort of the first time I played him, I was like, wow, he's so fun, so strong. I can ready so many times. I can't do that with other heroes. But then I realized like the third time I played him that I didn't think he was actually that strong. And I've never actually liked ready mechanics very much. Like X-23 is like a hero people love, and I think she's more interesting to me than Quicksilver, but just readying all the time isn't a strategy that I enjoy. And then double time, 2 cost, choose 2 of the following, deal 2 damage to an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. And you can choose the same one twice. 2 for 4 of each that's a good card. Maximum velocity, you get +2 thwart, +2 attack, +2 defense till the end of the round. That's really good with his ability. Stun X enemies. That's It sounds really powerful, but I could be wrong here because I haven't played him a bunch, but this seems like in practice it wouldn't actually be that strong. Because like if there's a lot of minion, like how often are there going to be minions for you to stun with it? And also stunning the villain for 1 is pretty good, but again, like the whole stalwart thing is kind of annoying. He doesn't really get other benefits out of stunning the villain. Because like he gets like if you're doing like a defense build, stunning the villain kind of like ignores that. I'm not saying it's bad. Like one cost for stunning the villain is definitely good. It's just against like most of the difficult villains, it doesn't really matter because like Magneto, who I just played, is steady the entire time. Um, Thanos is stalwart. Ronan starts off the game stalwart. Venom Goblin is steady. It's just I don't know. But if you're playing against like a villain that doesn't have access to steady at all and does a minions for him, that could be a really fun thing. You better be saying nice things about Hulk, but I know how you feel about him, so I won't hold my breath. Yeah, villain theory is just coming down on Hulk. Why would you do that to Joshi? Okay. Serval Industries. Exhaust Serval Industries. Shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards from your discard pile into your deck. That seems like it would be good for like a final push. Like if your deck is getting thinned out and you know you're going to do a final push soon, you could shuffle in a maximum velocity. And then what else would you want? You probably would have already played these ideally. So you're probably shuffling in maximum velocity and always be running when you flip down to then flip up and then do a bunch of damage. 1 copy of Speed Cyclone, so it doesn't matter if it's not useful. Yeah. It's definitely, I didn't mean to make it sound like it was not useful. It's definitely useful. It's just, because I think for me, when it says stun X enemies, it, the like fantasy is you're gonna stun like the whole board. But I feel like in practice, it's gonna end up just being a 1 to stun the villain. But that's a really good value. But it just I feel like that's again, it's just probably my personal thing of it. I feel like the way it works of like me wishing I could stun the whole board, and the practicality of it is like 1 or 2 stuns maximum most of the time is kind of disappointing. The protection player side scheme, the Nightcrawler one. The most fun you've had with Quicksilver is aggression. And Quicksilver aggression sounds like it would be a blast, honestly. Multiple mana is cool. I don't know. What did I say on my hero preference list? I'll go check. Mm. This one. So, oh, whoops. Okay, I said Groot was my least favorite hero. It was Groot, Quicksilver, Nebula, and Colossus. Which Groot was just like a horrible experience I had playing through the Guardians campaign with him. Also, I hadn't played those heroes on the bottom yet. I still have to play Angel and Venom and Miss Marvel and Spider Woman and Valkyrie. And the only ones I have played on here since then is actually War Machine and Captain America. You'd have the most wonky hero ratings, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, I had to name these tiers. Like, maybe I shouldn't have named it. Please don't make me play this hero. I was just trying to find like a name for it. Um, I would still enjoy playing Marvel Champions if the only heroes I had were Quicksilver and Groot. I feel like that's something that I need to preface it with. Angel and SPDR should be top priority. Yeah, I don't know what I've seen SPDR. I haven't had any interest in trying it, and I don't know why. But everyone loves her. And Angel, I read through his cards, and having the 3-sided with the big side is really cool. So like yeah, I'll play them soon. You made that mistake in my first tier list video. I give the tiers joke names, but didn't expect people to skip through the video and not see me make the jokes. And yeah, this video I have is my most disliked video on my entire channel. It has like a 30 to or 40% dislike ratio, where all I was doing was I was just talking about how I like my experience and my preference with the heroes. You love playing SPDR? That's so funny that you love Hulk and SPDR. It's like the simplest hero and then like one of the most complicated ones. And you like Iron Man too. I'm trying to think if anything in this list has changed much. I feel like Nova has maybe moved up a bit for me. Um, Magic and Bishop have moved down, but are probably still in this tier. I need to play Magic more though. Star-Lord, I think recently dethroned Phoenix, so it goes Star-Lord then Phoenix. I haven't played Domino a lot since I went through that whole campaign, so I'd have to see her again. Spider-Woman and Miss Marvel are among my favorite heroes. Excited for you to try those. Yeah, I'm excited to try them too, cause like their mechanics are interesting. Cause like Spider-Woman getting the two aspects is really cool, and then Miss Marvel seems like she has a lot of broken combos. I did actually play Miss Marvel one time. I played the precon deck of her once, but I didn't want to add her on the list because I hadn't played her enough. It's like every single hero like at this time that I put on the list, I'd played at least 2 times myself, except for Bishop, I guess. Well, I don't know, because I played 2-player through the campaigns with Paulina, so I was playing Magic and she was playing Bishop. But because we were talking to each other about the turns, it felt to me like I had also played Bishop. And same thing with Cable. So I played Domino in that campaign. Jubilee will be an interesting contrast with Miss Marvel. I'm excited for Jubilee. I haven't the big question is what about Iceman on this list? Iceman, I have played his precon like 3 times. I haven't experimented with the deck building. I think Iceman first impressions would probably go X23 would move down for me because that was what I was talking about earlier. Um I don't know. Iceman would probably go somewhere in my absolute unit tier. I didn't feel like he was really all that strong. Cable's way too high. You found his gameplay loop boring. I don't know. I like the player side scheme mechanic a lot, which is why he's up there. Because the ones that you choose to add and like the timing of like when you take them out are interesting to me. Cable's your most favorite hero right now. Yeah, that's the thing though. Is like this topic of just who the favorite heroes are is much more polarizing than the villains. Because like I got like almost no negative feedback on my villains. One thing that makes me so sad though is I love Rogue. She's a hero that I'm gonna play more because like I've played Rogue like 5 times, but haven't done too much with the deck building, and I just had so much fun with her. And I'm like more excited to play her now than I was when I placed her here. She's one of my favorite heroes. Like, I'm gonna test it and deck build with her, and play more scenarios, and I feel like she's gonna make it into my Zesty tier. But it doesn't. It seems like everyone hates her, and it makes me sad. Because like when I read through her cards and my experience in playing her, it was just that she was really powerful and really fun. Like the idea of like going into yeah, like Hulk Smash Rogue. Like what other hero can like just go grab Hulk's copy of Hulk Smash and attack for 12? Like that's just so fun. Adam Warlock is like a puzzle to me. He was the very first character that I deck built with. Um, I played through the Mad Titans Shadow campaign as the very first expansion that I got. I was playing Adam Warlock and Paulina was playing Spectrum. And we made it to Thanos before we got stuck with the precon decks. Um, and Adam Warlock, I spent a lot of time just like thinking about the decks to build. I figured out that like summoning spell is really broken, so I added in like all the expensive allies I had into his deck, and then the power of leadership cards. And then was my plan was to use power of leadership and my doubles to pay for those expensive allies, or summoning spell them out, and then having access to like at the time it was like Haymaker and for Justice in my deck at the same time was like crazy to me. I think the anti-rogue propaganda is dying down. Most people I see come on Rogue now are positive on her. I know Get Up and Game and Boom Guy from Winning Hand really like her too. Well, that's good. I'm glad the anti-rogue propaganda is dying down. Also, like that's another thing. When I say like Quicksilver and Groot are my least favorite heroes, I don't know. I feel like Groot actually deserves to be higher on here. Because it was mostly my experience of the Guardians campaign that made it feel that bad. I just don't think Groot is very strong. So the way I want to play Groot from now on is to just play him against thematic scenarios that aren't really that hard and play fun decks with him. Is how I want to do it. You I think Nelson played the Touching Me Touching Blue deck with Rogue back in the day, and he built out and won so quickly that I think he was taken aback a bit. I haven't played that version of the deck, that Rogue deck. I Okay, this is another thing. Like I have seldom played any decks off Marvel Card Database. I actually don't think I've played a deck. I think today is the first time I've played someone else's deck off Marvel Card Database. That I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first time I've done it. Because I've always just enjoyed building my own decks so much that I haven't used anyone else's. I like Rogue. I think over time she'll continue to rise as her hug is so unique and new cards will benefit her. Yeah, I hope so too. And more heroes that come out. Like in multiplayer, she's really cool. You like that approach to Groot? I really like Groot, but he has special challenges. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like when I was playing through the Guardians campaign, and then Ronan is just like hitting for 10. It just feels so horrible trying to play Protection Groot. It's just not there. And then he doesn't have like the resources. Interesting. You'll shout out your rogue deck if you want to try one, but I'm the same 95% of the time. I'm just playing my own decks. Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like for heroes that I don't know, it's fun to like maybe like the first time I play them, like jump from the precon to like the War Machine deck you built, because it's like a cool way of playing him that tries to like fix his weaknesses with the pool aspect, and that's fun. I dropped so many tokens. I'm gonna have to like clean up the floor after this. Let's look at Marvel Card Database recent popular well liked stuff and try it. Yeah, um, Rocket is an interesting one. When I played the Guardians campaign the first time, Paulino was playing Rocket and I was playing Groot. And the whole time I was just wishing I was Rocket. He looks really fun. Um, I feel like he's another character that, like, I don't really want to play him like all the time, but like adding like the Badoon Grunts and Masters of Evil to Claw and then playing Rocket, that sounds like it'd be really fun to me. Fear Groot trees don't really need money, so it makes sense that he doesn't have many resources. Yeah, he just it'd be funny if they actually made him really rich and the justification was like money was growing on trees for him. Like you just like spend his growth counter as his like resources. Repurpose rockets, one of your favorite decks in the game. Yeah, I saw a video of you talking about that. It makes a lot of sense to me too because he like dies a lot, but protection kind of fixes that, and then repurpose lets him tinker his weapons away in hero form. Yeah, Groot should have a resource card that like lets him spend growth counters. That would have been a good idea, I think. It'd be funny at least. Like I'm playing 10, spending 10 resources on something would be a lot though. I think it'd be funny to like release a new pool aspect card that was like 10 cost and just like if you can afford it, you get like some crazy effect. I think that'd be really really cool. So you'd have to play like bishop and then a build out bishop deck or something. Are any other heroes of note here? Ant-Man and Wasp, I want to play both of them more. I played them enough to realize that like I don't know. As soon as I get to like the midpoint of Met, I actually enjoy these heroes for the most part. That's the thing, because like you would feel like Villain 3 would be nervous playing with me. He'll be like, I'm not ready for the villain next stage, and I'll be like, I'm punching them anyways. I mean, I don't know. We did good on Vision and Hulk. We kind of crushed Ultron. Yeah, it went really well. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else interesting? I want to go to my you should have done expert. You're just scared. Yeah. That vision deck is just so powerful. Did I post it? Oh, I'm not. I'm like on a different one. Oh, I can't even like look without being logged in. Crazy. You might be surprised, Joshua. I talk about that kind of thing in my how to pair heroes video. Recently with Hulk as the example. You got to be prepared for Hulk to Hulk. Yeah, maybe that's the challenge. Villain theory. You have to build a deck that allows Hulk to Hulk against a difficult villain. And yeah, I did pretty much do that with Vision, where I just like took care of all the drones and all of the thwarting, and then just let you do damage. Ugh. I'm probably gonna have to get off here pretty soon. I gotta go eat dinner. But it was really nice hanging out, and thank you, Villain Theory, for making all those decks. Both those decks. I'll clip them into videos at some point. Yeah, I'm surprised you hung out. Like, thank you, because I know that your time zone is all different from mine. Yeah, so I think I'll end it here. Stay zest, everyone, and I'll see you next time.